row there, and he's giving pursuit and chase right now. So we'll keep the camera in the medium shot for you so you can see the distance between the two. Remember now, there's a lot of traffic on the roadways up here, and very dangerous there as he goes off to the side of the road there on that breakdown lane. Again, being followed by a Broward Sheriff's Office helicopter up here in Palm Beach County right now. They have notified the Palm Beach Police Department and the troopers up in a different area, up in this area, and asking for assistance in this. So it becomes a multi-agency group that's going to be trying to get this vehicle to stop. And we're now into our second county here as far as this police chase goes, Lynn.
All right, Ralph, I'm just going to take a moment to correct myself. This information is coming from Fort Lauderdale PD. They believe that this driver is involved in a carjacking that occurred today, this morning, and possibly one that occurred over the weekend. So how fast? I cannot see the speedometer. Okay, so he's going at least 100 miles an hour, correct?
Oh,
on the turnpike?
Yeah, well over 100 miles an hour now. They were saying 112, 113 at one point. That was based on the police helicopter's calibrated camera also giving him, indicating how fast the vehicles that he's following are moving.
Well, the car, I don't know, maybe it was because he's driving so quickly, it looked like he might have some damage to one of the tires when he was hit on the side by the police vehicle, but I'm not sure. It looks like the front end there on the left, but he's still flying there in the emergency lane.
Yeah, he's all over the roadway again, continues to weave from the right-hand side to the left and then back again. And as we saw in that construction area traffic there, he was making hard right and left turns there to escape, or at least to try to elude the police following him on the ground there.
There is, I mean, even though it's only 2 lanes here, there is so much danger to these drivers right now. If you could pan out a little bit. Again, this is North Turnpike, still Palm Beach County. About what exit do you think we're at, Ralph?
I'm looking around here to see if I can see one right now. There's not one. Joe, do you know what exit's coming up? 45th Street, the 45th Street exit up there in Palm Beach County on the Turnpike here. We're just got there's the overpass right there, and again, there's a truck there. Looked like he was trying to assist the police department there. To my eyes, like he kind of pulled over a little bit there. I tried to pinch him off the roadway, but he continued to get around it and continues to drive northbound here. We are way up there now. I don't know how much longer our signal's going to hold together here, but we're doing the best we can. Just south of the big dump up here, right off the Turnpike. I don't know anybody who uses this roadway here, but when you get up into this area, you see a big processing plant off the left-hand side as you go by up there. So that's where they are right now.
Okay, thanks, Ralph. This is again a live picture of a developing story of a police pursuit there of a suspect that police believe is involved in a carjacking this morning, and this is his picture. Police believe he may have been involved in a terrible carjacking that happened over the weekend and the sexual assault of a woman over the course of 2 hours. This guy is just flying, going well over 100 miles an hour on the Turnpike. Started in Fort Lauderdale, around Northwest 24th Avenue and 10th Street. As Ralph said, police had their eyes conducting surveillance on a particular house, and suspect jumped out of the house and into this white Kia, and they've been pursuing him for quite some time now. Either one person or several people in the car, still unclear. So it looks like a trooper is still pretty much hot in his tail. How many cars do you think are following him? I know you got a nice tight shot, Ralph.
Next exit is going to be the Beeline Highway, Lynn, and if we'll bring the camera back out here a little bit more and show you that it's pretty much that a lone trooper. The other officers fall back when this happens there, and I'll stay with the car right now because they have the considerations is of course for public safety. Everybody who else is on the roadway, and the fewer cars in the direct line of the pursuit just makes it that much simpler if they work one at a time. They usually let the lead officer, or the officer that's closest to the car, and if his car is capable of handling the pit maneuver without sustaining damage, he'll be the first one to make the attempt when they determine that it's the right time to do it. And of course, they don't want to do it where there's a high volume of traffic. They want to do it when the car is pretty much on its own out there in the middle of nowhere. And we are getting close to the middle of nowhere. All right. Crossing the Beeline Highway right now, Lynn.
That's pretty north. And I mean, I saw the trooper in your picture, I don't know, 3 minutes ago, but maybe he has fallen back as well. Maybe we are the only ones following him. It looks like he's getting off.
Yeah. He's getting off at the Beeline Highway here, and we'll give you some more information here in just 1 second.
Hard to tell.
With me here.
Nobody knows what anybody's thinking, but there goes Ralph's shot.
You're gonna see a map.
All right. Okay. So we knew we were going to lose Ralph in a few minutes because he's very, very north. Again, police pursuing, or they were pursuing, there in Palm Beach County. Last we saw the suspect in the white Kia was Beeline Highway, driving very fast, northbound on the Turnpike, going at least over 100 miles an hour. Was hit by one of the troopers in the front side of the car, unsuccessfully, kept driving. Police say they're looking for this person because they believe that he is a armed carjacker responsible for a carjacking this morning and possibly for a carjacking over the weekend and kidnap and rape of a woman over the course of a couple of hours. So police say they're looking for this guy who may be connected to both of them. We know for sure this driver does not want to stop. And this is what we just saw a few minutes ago, the trooper hitting sort of the back left panel of the vehicle. They slowed down a little bit, but kept on going.
Right.
And all right, we've got Ralph back, which is pretty incredible since you are so far north away from our signal. So the last we saw, the suspect drove all the way from Fort Lauderdale,
right
Northwest 24th. Oh, okay, this is the end. Let's listen.
Jog.
Okay, so the shot broke up, but I don't know if we recorded that or not, but it looks like, is this live, guys? Okay.
Yeah, it is live. It is
okay,
live.
There we go. Live picture of the end. All right, they got their man. Ralph is sort of in and out. I'll describe what we see here. They got the driver on the ground.
He's in custody, if you guys can hear me. Linda did take the driver into custody here on Dog Road, just to the west of the Turnpike. He exited that area there, and the big trooper SUV was able to do that pit maneuver, spin him around, and as soon as his vehicle spun sideways, the driver's side door opened, and he sprawled himself out on the ground there on the pavement. Police officers came with weapons drawn and took one person into custody here. They have him in custody there on the back of the vehicle. We do have that video. We'll get it back to you in a short period of time, but we do have the takedown uninterrupted there. No injuries with anybody on the highway and or here at this location, and this chase is over, Lynn.
That's incredible, and incredible that no one was hurt, no vehicles were hurt, and there's the guy police have been looking for. That's the driver who refused to stop, starting in Fort Lauderdale, ending there in North Palm Beach County at Job Road and Beeline Highway, northbound on the Turnpike. Police say, and this is another live wide picture of the situation there. It looks like the Turnpike is closed in that area in both directions while police get this situation under control. Again, police believe this driver who refused to stop in the white Kia is responsible for a carjacking this morning in Fort Lauderdale and possibly connecting to a very brutal and violent carjacking that happened over the weekend. We've been showing his picture for the last couple of days now. And again, this ended well. Superbly, actually, with police doing what Ralph described as a pit maneuver to stop this driver who refused to stop, going very fast, over 100 miles an hour, north on the Turnpike, and didn't look like he had any plans to stop. Again, this is very north, Palm Beach County, Job Road, North Job Road, and Beeline Highway. We saw K9 on the scene there. We saw several police officers. You can see in this live picture, the driver was sprawled out, and the last we saw of Ralph, it looked like they were going to put him in the back of a police car. What an incredible ending to a very stressful 45 minutes or so. Police got their guy. We'll have more on this story, of course, on 7 News at 4 o'clock. Ralph, are you still with us? You see a school bus going by, so at least there is some traffic being allowed, and it looks like that is southbound. Actually, I'm all turned around. Those are the northbound lanes of the Turnpike where the white Kia is. What a successful ending. So again, this started around Northwest 24th Avenue and 10th Street. A little while ago, police were conducting surveillance, and they were waiting for one or several people to come out of a home, and one or several people came out of the home, jumped in this car, took off on the Turnpike, and police got their guy. More on this story on 7 News at 4.
Justice with Judge Maybelline will be life, because in every